Hey, this is my first tutorial video since I asked for questions, and it's fair to say I'm bricking myself about this. I don't feel particularly confident and I'm scared I'm going to cock it right up, but we'll see. We'll see if I get it wrong. The first question I've been asked for my video was Elizabeth I a natural redhead, or did she get by just faking it? And that's from Natasha. So Natasha, I'm going to answer you that right now. Right, Elizabeth I was indeed a natural redhead. We got loads and loads of evidence of this. It's in every portrait you ever see her. She was known for her beauty and her elegance, and in every written report she's talked about being this naturally flame-haired, fiery woman, looking beautiful and white-faced and perfect-skinned and everything you'd expect the Virgin Queen to be. So she was a natural redhead. Now the thing is, if historians talk about it, they say she had the traditional Tudor red flamed hair. That's not strictly true. Red hair comes from Elizabeth Woodville, who was her great-grandma. Now, Elizabeth the Woodville was married to Edward IV, who's my favourite king because he's by far the coolest. She was married to Edward IV, who was a Plantagenet. Edward IV and Elizabeth Woodville had a daughter, Elizabeth of York, who went on to marry Henry Tudor, Henry VII, who had Henry VIII. Take a breath. Henry VIII was obviously Elizabeth's dad, so Elizabeth got her red hair from a grandma, Elizabeth of York, who got it from Elizabeth Woodville. She got it from the Plantagenet line. So that's a bit dodgy in itself. The Tudors didn't really like the Plantagenets. They had a bit of a rift there, you know, the Battle of Bosworth and all that. And shit kicked off and they didn't really like each other. So, by all accounts, Elizabeth would say she got it from her dad, Henry VIII, which is correct, but he inherited it through Elizabeth of York, the Plantagenet line. Anyway, Elizabeth was known for having these portraits commissioned of her, and she was done beautifully. Now, in all the portraits, Elizabeth, just like any woman would want to accentuate her beauty. So she might have had a little bit more orange dabbed on her hair, right? She would have been like, oh, well, I've got ginger hair and that's a trait. Get a bit more ginger on that picture, or die, do it. So that's what would happen. So maybe she was more of a strawberry blonde than the fiery redhead we see it. As she got older, her colour would have started to fade, and Tudor women, what they liked to do was to just add a bit of dye in their hair. Obviously, women do. Well, one to speak about that. So what they used to do is they used to mix crap like saffron and cumin and turmeric and all these spices. The richer they were, the more yellow spices they could import from abroad, mix them together, shove them on their hair, and they create this beautiful yellow look. Now, there's one or two documents what suggest Elizabeth might have done the same. We know Tudor nobles would have done this, and it's likely that Elizabeth did it too. So yeah, she probably did fake it to a certain extent, but she's going grey, what are you going to do? Cut her a break. She's allowed to dye her hair. She's the queen. We've also know that Elizabeth liked to be beautiful. She'd only commission propaganda piece of works which would make her look like the beautiful, stunning queen. She had to be the most beautiful woman at court. She was Queen of England, you were going to be, weren't you? You got all that money, you got it, flaunt it, all that. She used to put jewels in her hair and have these fantastic costumes. She's going a bit grey on top and a bit thin. Some accounts say she was bald, although most evidence suggests that that's just bollocks, and she wasn't bald at all, just grey and thin. And to get over that, she stopped dyeing her hair, or maybe she didn't, I don't know. She stopped covering her hair up anyway, with these elaborate wigs, and they'd be ornate, massive curls and the typical poof, arsey wigs, like a big massive butt on her head. What you tend to see in her pictures, these bright red things. She had over 80 of these wigs, and she used to wear them all the time. Put jewels in, put just shit everywhere, peacock feathers, all that kind of stuff. So, gone on a tangent, but long story short, yes, Elizabeth very much did have red hair.